We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. Hi there. My name is Tercy Engelhardt, and I want to welcome you to the Unreasonably Grateful podcast, Living in Grace by Choice. So, as it turns out, I just recorded this whole episode, but I've been using somebody else's touch screen. And so when I went to record, I touched my screen, but I don't actually have a touchscreen computer. So I recorded the whole thing. And then when I went to end it, realized I hadn't recorded anything at all. So welcome back. For those of you who have been with me for a good while now, for those of you who are listening in for the first time, welcome. I'm grateful to have you be here. Whatever brought you here, however you found it, however you got here, it's my hope that you hear something today that's a clue or a tidbit of something, a piece of your puzzle that gets you further along on your own journey of creating a life you love and becoming more of the person, the amazing person that you were designed to be. So I know I learned from other people's stories. I tell you every week, I do not have your answers. I'm not here pretending I have your answers. I'm here sharing as an elder in the community from my 75 years of life in the hopes that wherever you are on your journey, there's something that will make a difference for you, that will ease it, inspire you, move you down the path of, being somebody who can let more love in and express more love outwardly. All right. So, the other thing I want to say is Tuesday mornings, I do individual sessions where really I simply listen and reflect back what I see and hear. And just a clue is I always see and hear a better version of yourself than the one you probably see and listen to. And so if that's something that inspires you, sign up on tercyengelhart.com under the topic Work Together. And I look forward to sitting with you and also getting to know you a bit better. All right, this particular episode's called Relationships, an Opportunity to Surrender. And it comes from a couple of weeks of working with a variety of different people, adult children and mothers, grandchildren and parents, young couples, professionals, trying to figure out and navigate relationship. And I can see a thread that runs through all of them that I feel like if together we tug on it a little bit, we can kind of unravel it and see what perhaps might be a core issue that's impacting the quality and the joy and the love in our relationships. So that's what I want to do together this morning. And it's this unraveling that it will point to something that will help us see, oh, wow, yeah, that could make a difference for me. So here's what that looks like. And again, it doesn't really matter the type of relationship it is. However, what I want you to consider is that if we move away from, and these are typical things that I hear, nobody's listening to me. It always goes their way. I'm not getting my needs met. I need better boundaries. Yada, yada. You understand. And maybe you've said those things. So I want you to consider that instead of whatever context you might have to relationship in which those would show up, those statements would be a part of it. I want you to consider trying on a relationship where you want what that other person wants for themselves. Now, in an ideal situation, would it be great if they also wanted for you what you want for yourself? Yes. However, you can model it without it having be reciprocal at this point. So let's just say there's a situation and you disagree. But instead of taking positions and defending your position and perhaps creating upset or frustration or heartbreak or whatever might be in that case, what if you took on, you know what? The choice you're making isn't necessarily the choice I'd choose, but it's your choice. And I want what you want for yourself. And then you'll deal with you. You'll deal with whatever it is that comes up. And it will be, as the subtitle says, an opportunity to surrender, to let go of your wants and desires, and then to support the other person in having what they want, even if it's not what you would choose for them. Because can you see that if you fight for what you would choose for them, what's running in the background, whether it's said or expressed or not, is I know better. My way's better. I know better. You should do what I want. Some version of that. But we want to start empowering each other in our choices. Now, maybe it won't go so well. I don't know. The last thing you'd want to be if it doesn't is, see, I told you so. No, you'd want to be there with compassion and understanding, because there's another opportunity for them to learn something. And while it's difficult as a parent, I can tell you, as a parent and as a grandparent, we want to help avoid difficulties, challenges, heartbreaks, mistakes, pain, loss, suffering. But those are all valuable lessons in life. And our children, our grandchildren, our friends, they have to live their own lives. But if we take on, you know what, I want what you want for you, instead of them arguing or needing to defend their position, they can actually put that energy into creating what it is that they're desiring or what it is that they're choosing. And we can be cheering them on. And that's a very different relationship. Now, are you going to have to deal with yourself over it? Probably. But you have the tools to do that. You can look at the choices you're making. See, because that's a choice too. Your response to supporting them in their choice is also a choice you're making. And then you can take a look at, all right, well, what is the issue for you? What do you need to do to be empowering the choice you're making? Okay. And it doesn't matter. Again, it can be, for example, in the case of young professionals, sometimes it's like you've got two people working really hard. Who knows what the environment or the stress might be in their work or their job, their careers. But being able to be there with another and support them, and even, let's just say, I'll just give you an example. You're tired too, but they would love for you to have dinner ready when they get home. Can you choose that? Can you choose can you want for them what they want? Even though it may be a sacrifice on your part, can you want for them what they want? Can you participate in having it happen that way? Now you can see why I say there will usually be an opportunity for surrender in that. But something will come from this for you. There will be an amazing silver lining. You'll see. Because it's wonderful to support the people we love and care for in the choices that they're making, as opposed to fighting for our own needs, our own wants, what we think we deserve. That's a particular relationship. It's just not the one that I'm encouraging you to create. Now, it may be that what I'm saying isn't the classic normal therapy or psychology view today, but I'm not a therapist or a psychologist. I'm an elder sharing with you because I want you to have the relationships that you want. I want you to create and design a relationship that leaves you feeling fulfilled. You, because that's who I'm working with, you. And when we feel most fulfilled, I suspect, is when the people that we love and care for feel loved and they feel cared for. And oftentimes that comes after a moment of surrender for ourselves. And we want to trust that whatever you believe, whether it's in a God, a heavenly Father, whether it's in however you say that there's an unconditional love presence that all of us are inside of that's looking out for our good. And so we can do our part by encouraging one another in the choices that they're making, whether or not you agree with them. So that's what I want you to take on this week. I want you to work on actually choosing what someone else's choice is, empowering what someone else's choice is, even though you may disagree. And I'd love to hear from you. You can write in the comments, you can write in the chat, you can email me, Tercy at tercyenglehart.com. But I'd love to hear, what do you see becomes available when you take that on instead of fighting for your own needs, your own wants and desires? Empower what the person you love wants for themselves. Okay? And I will be here next week. And I look forward to seeing you then. Have a beautiful week and have fun doing this. Try it on. See if it fits. Okay?